everyone! I wanted to make a short video about some differences between how we present on YouTube and how we actually present when it comes to day-to-day life. Because there are some, and both for proper educational purposes and transparency reasons, I think it's important to point them out. The first difference might be pretty obvious: our clothing. In this space on YouTube, we get to specifically set aside time to record, and we have time to prepare for that recording. For all of our videos, whoever is fronting is completely allowed to dress however they want in their favorite clothing for their time on the channel. In reality, day-to-day life just isn't like this. We can front pretty randomly, and oftentimes we aren't in the clothes that we would rather be in. It's kind of just luck of the draw, and whoever gets up in the morning is the one who decides what we're wearing for the day. Well, for videos, people will specifically change for the recording. The second difference is pretty large and has multiple facets. It's about dissociation. The largest facet of this dissociation piece is simply the amount we dissociate. In complete reality, a 3 to 4 minute polished video actually took about 10 to 11 minutes to record, and a large chunk of that extra time is us just flat out dissociating. Like, no joke. There are times where I will just stare off into space and forget what I was trying to say, and then I'll have to go get my script and like re-walk myself through it. It happens a lot, and it's not shown in my YouTube because of how much I highly edit these videos to make them comprehensive for everyone who's watching them. Because as much as I would like to show the true process that goes into these videos and the struggles that we face when it comes to dissociation, it makes the content harder to understand, and I want to make it accessible to everyone to be able to watch our videos and understand them. So while we might address this at a later time, it's important to keep in mind that behind the scenes, it's not as smooth. Another thing to keep in mind when it comes to dissociation is that if we show it in our videos, you might see a couple of us talk out loud, and that's because while recording, it's very much our train of thought just being broadcasted to the camera, and that often manifests in my inner thoughts that I would be sending to another alter in communication being spoken right out of my mouth. In all reality, this never ever happens outside of recording. I swear I've never done it ever before. So if you see me verbally talk to another alter while I'm dissociating, that doesn't happen. That's just because while I'm recording, I'm saying my thoughts out loud, and that automatically transfers out. Third thing is our speech. Our speech is a lot more stuttery and jittery and all over scrambled because of dissociation, and also because I'm just a scatterbrain. And the editing process really takes a lot of that out. So if you ever see us in person, I promise talking to us will not be this easy. And finally, the last aspect of what's different between what you see on this YouTube channel and what you'll see in real life is simply the fact of us being out. We are out to very, very few of our friends and very, very few people we know when it comes to being a system. I think there's only 2 friends that we know in person who actively know we're a system and will actively interact with us based on that. There are more people who like generally know, but those situations are more of like I've talked to them once about it and then it's never been brought up again, and you can tell it's one of those situations where it's like low-key awkward. But yeah, that's a big one. We're not out to people for many, many reasons. And there will probably be a separate video about this, but it's due to privacy and safety concerns, and honestly just a large amount of stigma that's out there in the public right now. And that's what we're hoping to fight on this YouTube channel. Really break down that stigma and get people more accepting of DID and OSDD as disorders that you can interact with people and not have to worry about them being scary or dangerous, or even just breaking down that barrier of you not knowing how to interact with the system. So I hope our videos have helped in that aspect, and I hope this video helps you understand the differences between what you'll see on our YouTube and what actually happens out there in the world if you were to meet us. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching.